Hello, Raleigh. This is Robert Courts, your backyard mortgage professor, and I'm here with my friend.
Rusty Sutton with the Green Monkey.
And together we have created We Are DTR, which is our attempt to support all the groovy local businesses and restaurants and nooks and crannies downtown, the heartbeat of Raleigh. And today we have a special guest. We have Brooke Wiggs from Origami Styling. Brooks, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Brooke, do you still have the gold lame sofa?
I do.
Okay.
I do. However, Rusty, it's kind of a store fixture.
Well, I know. That's why I tell everybody to go over there and see. Go sit on the gold lame
Yeah,
couch.
just go see it and sit on it and
Yes.
enjoy the plushness.
Yes. I love that. It reminds me of something my grandmother had.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Which is one of the great things about Origami Styling. It is a vintage shop on Hargett Street, and it's really kind of a department store of vintage, if you will, for lack of a better word. Brooke, will you take a minute, tell us about your store and the passion that created it?
Yeah, sure. So I have been open since May, and I have clothing for men, women, and kids. I have accessories. I have housewares. I have furniture. I even have some shoes. And I love to be able to offer the whole world of vintage. And I love vintage myself and have been shopping in thrift stores and choosing vintage to have a different style and a different look from the norm since I was a teenager. And so it's something that I've always enjoyed doing. And so for the past several years, I have been selling vintage and was just able to get to the point where I opened up my own brick and mortar.
So why do you think vintage, to me, it just seems like it has just exploded.
Yeah, it is. It is something that definitely in the past kind of 1 to 2 years has picked up momentum. And I think it's probably been a little more popular for a longer period of time, maybe on the West Coast, and it's making its way over to us over here on the East Coast. In some ways I see that as a good thing, and in some ways I see that as a bad thing. On the good side, I think it's great. It's fabulous that people want to buy vintage. Vintage clothing is a much higher quality than the clothing that's being produced now, mass produced and cheap materials and really not well made. And obviously, if these vintage clothes are still around and still able to be worn, that tells us that it's much high quality, because there are plenty of things that don't even make it through, a couple of seasons when you buy things now. And, of course, it means that for the most part, if people are shopping vintage, they want something unique. They want this piece that they're going to walk down the street and nobody else is going to be wearing this shirt or that pair of pants because it's unique and it's set apart. But then on the negative side, I see vintage being a fad. Mm-hmm. And that does make me sad, because I don't want it to be where there's these certain brands within vintage that have become a fad. And now you have to have this particular brand of vintage jeans in order to be cool. Because for me, wearing vintage is not about being cool, but it's about being yourself and wearing the things that you want to wear and being set apart and going against the grain and not following the trends and not following the fads, but wearing things because you like them and because you feel comfortable in them and because you can express your style in that way.
Well, that is truly one of the reasons I like your store so much, Brooke. It has such a variety of options to choose from that whether you're coming in by yourself to purchase something for you, or if I'm coming in with my kids, each of which has their own different styles, we all can find something that we feel expresses our unique style and attitudes.
Right. Yes, that's very true. My own personal style varies from day to day. I have people literally that know me and have known me for years, but if they kind of go periods of time without seeing me because I change my style and I change my look so often, they'll say to me, I didn't even know that was you. I didn't recognize you at first, because I changed my hair so much. And, one day I'm dressing all 80s and then another day it's all 60s. And so I want to offer that in the store as well, so that if you need a dress for a formal event, you can find it here. If you want to just get your t-shirt and jeans for casual wear, you can find it in the store. If you need business clothing, you're starting a new job, or you need professional wear, there are suits for men and women, and it can all be found right there in the store.
So now I understand too, you have decor, Christmas decor, holiday decor.
Yep. I have, just over the weekend, I have decorated the store for the Christmas season. So it's all decked out, and probably most days I will be playing Christmas music too. So, come
we started this weekend.
Yeah.
Up until New Year's, we'll be playing. I don't care.
Yeah. Get your kind of vintage Christmas fix. I had a huge compliment over the weekend. A guy said, I feel like it's like 50s, 60s Christmas time in New York in your store, and with the way that it looks. And so that was a huge compliment. So, certain things they're staying in the store because they're my decorations, but there are plenty of Christmas decorations, some Christmas lights, Christmas sweaters, Christmas sweatshirts, Christmas ties, so Christmas pins. The Christmas pin is always an easy way to just throw a little something on your jacket or your shirt and, be a little bedazzled for the holidays.
What are some of your top items that you're doing that would make great stocking stuffers or great personal? Because vintages can get very personal.
Yeah, yes, it can, because you can come in and you can, when you know a person, those little things that they like and those little things that they're into, and picking up those little tchotchkes, the vintage figurines that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else. It's something that you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about size. You don't have to worry about, maybe they're not going to like this material, or they're not going to like this pattern. These are little things, going for jewelry or going for purses or going for, like I was saying, the figurines. I'll show you these three little goodies I got. The Velcro wallet.
Oh,
Who is this? This is Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace. I got Dale Earnhardt. I got DuPont. Jeff Gordon. I mean,
welcome to flashback.
Yeah, like what a great gift for the person who's into racing. I have lots of hats, trucker hats. I mean, come on, lots of things to choose from, and it's like I don't really have anything. I'm not into the branding, right? Like I already said, it's not about like having the Nike stuff or the a certain brand. It's about these things are retro, they're throwback, and I love when they're just these random things. Honestly, that makes it so much better for me. You have somebody who would really enjoy a super old photograph of somebody's grandparents standing in front of their car that they treasured. This is just amazing. I see things like this, like, oh, there's so much goodness in this photo. And there are people out there who are going to appreciate and love that and open it up and go, oh my word, this is amazing. Where did you find this?
Well, I keep origami styling top of mind, particularly this time of year. We have a big office party, and the whole idea is to try to bring something unique and something to outdo all the other employees, from the way you dress at the holiday party to bring in a special gift for that person in your office that's really gone above and beyond. And I think of origami styling as probably being the first stop in my search for those items.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. I mean, do you need a painted horse statue?
Brooke helped me find a cravat that I will be wearing this Christmas
Okay, now
holiday
you're saying
season.
big words. I don't know what a cravat is.
Ascot.
Ascot. Same, yes.
Oh, okay.
Ascot is the more simplified term.
Yeah, it's a fancy tie that makes me look beyond incredible.
That's
Um,
right.
But Brooke, also, will you tell us how you got the name Origami Styling? Because it's a little history and to that too, I believe.
Right. Yes. So the original concept came from thinking about origami and the fact that origami starts with a plain flat sheet of paper, and you learn these folding techniques. And at the end, what you have is something that's a work of art. And I believe in doing that same thing with your style and with your fashion. You know, you can throw on a dress, or you can throw on a dress and then you can add a belt, and then you can add a funky pair of tights, and then maybe you can tie a little scarf around your neck. And those are all those folds that are happening along with that process. And so that is where it came from. And I love to help people. I always want people to feel free to say, this is what I'm looking for. I'm going to this event, or I'm going to this party, or I need business clothes, but I don't really know how to put these things together. I am always there to help.
I'm going to tag on that, Rusty, not to interrupt, but Brooke, you are the best part of the store because that styling comes from you. You do spend the time. You ask the questions to get to know your clients. And I've often found you go, wait a minute, and you'll bend down and find a nook or cranny and pop up with just the right thing.
That's right. Yes.
That's what you cannot get at other places.
Yeah, that's right.
You are getting, what you are doing is you're creating this magnificent experience. And all these small stores that are downtown are creating these wonderful experiences.
Yeah.
And you're not going to find it at your Target, your Wims and Sonoma. You're not going to find it at your malls. So, you know, I really hope people watch this and understand what downtown Raleigh represents. It represents small. It represents service and experiences. And, you know, so many times I see, because I get a lot of, and I'm sure you do too, of the retail sectors and stuff. And it's always sad to see when someone goes out of business. That's when you start seeing all these comments. Oh my God, please don't go. As I'm saying this at every one of these videos, if you enjoy origami, and why wouldn't you? Look what she's doing for you. You got to support it. Support your safe space. And this is what I consider safe spaces, because she makes you feel comfortable. You're safe to come in and ask the questions that you may not know to ask, or may be scared to ask at some other places. Because I've been into a lot of stores where I'm afraid to ask a question because I'm afraid they're going to think I'm stupid.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be, people don't want to be rejected.
Right.
And that's one thing that I am seeing a common denominator in all of these small businesses in downtown Raleigh. And that's why I want me and Robert doing this, to get the word out that you're coming here for the experiences.
Yeah. And another thing that's different about all of us downtown, these independent shops downtown, we know what we have in stock. We know what we have on those shelves or on those racks. And we also believe in everything that we have. I'm not going to buy something and put it out on my floor if I don't think that it's cute, or that it's funny, or that it's kitschy. I'm not going to get it. I'm going to pass over it, and I'm not going to put it in my store. So everything that I have in my store, I believe in. And I've also done the best that I can to check it for quality, to stain treat it, to mend it. You know, there are so many items that I have, you know, repaired. I've sent to a tailor to have them fixed. And I've, you know, OxyCleaned in my sink 2 or 3 times to get all those yellow and brown stains out, so that when you walk out the door with it, it's ready. It's ready for you to wear, and it's ready for another life.
Oh my God, you're so inspiring.
What are your store hours?
So I am currently open 11:30 to 6, Wednesday through Saturday. I do plan on having some extended weekend hours during the month of December, and that will actually be starting this coming weekend with Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. I will be open until 7, and I most likely, we are small businesses. And so right now it is just me, but I do hope to at least be able to be open until 7 on Friday and Saturday. And I'm always good to update my hours in Google. So the hours that you find in Google Maps are the correct hours.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Well, Raleigh, I'm Robert Courts, your mortgage professor.
And I'm Rusty Sutton, the owner of the Green Monkey.
And it was our pleasure to interview
Brooke Wiggs with Origami Styling.
all this and more is in downtown Raleigh. Stop in, tell Brooke hello, and then hit some of the other shops. And we encourage you to have a Holly Raleigh holiday.
Yes.